Hey guys, how's it going? Welcome back. So we're going to take a look at the Stratocaster on the Katana 100 1x12 combo amp, and we're going to just go through some stuff just to give you an idea of sound. I want to try and keep the video down a little bit shorter to keep you guys around a little bit longer. And so anyways, we're going to start out with a clean channel. Now I am on the half-watt setting, and one thing I want to mention too, which was a correction in the Telecaster one, will be an update review too. Wherever you set your gain, your volume, and your master is exactly the volume it's going to be on every time you turn the amp on. And so that's a correction to the review, because I at first thought that it was Boss set all this the way they wanted things at certain levels. But they did do that with the effects, but with the volume output levels and probably your bass, mid, and treble is going to be something that wherever you set it, that's where it's going to be. So that's a correction for you guys. So apologize for that from the review. So we will do an update review anyway. There will be one in future. Don't know exactly when, but this thing is worthy of an update review. Although I still stand by the original review with that one exception, of course, and I still say it's definitely worth the money. But it's just, I want to do an update review anyways, just to let you guys know what things I found were the best, that sort of thing, and talk about the programming on it, how simple or maybe difficult some things may be, whatever, and that gives you a good idea of this amp. So that will be what the update review will be about. So anyways, once again, clean channel. I'm just on the bridge pickup. And again, that acoustic mode only is for an acoustic electric guitar only. It does not make this thing sound like an acoustic, and we're on that mode now. Okay, so let's take a look at the crunch channel. Now you do have some effects that are turned on right away, and that's going to be your plate reverb. That's going to be on, as well as your digital delay, which I find is nice because then you're not starting out with a dry sound. Lead. And brown channel. Now, the one effect that is not turned on, even by Boss, is going to be your blues driver / chorus in the green area. That channel is actually turned off. So they only, for the effects, they only have your digital delay and your plate turned on. And so to test that theory, once again, we'll just turn it on. That's supposed to be the blues. So let's turn it off, back on, leaving that control as it's on, and it doesn't come on. But if we move it just a hair, it turns on. Which is kind of convenient, because I would not want an amplifier automatically turning on an effect for me as far as like a distortion, overdrive, or blues, or whatever. So that's kind of nice that they do set it up at least that way, and they do set you up having a bit of a delay and a bit of reverb, and you can adjust the levels of that by how much you turn the dial. So anyways, moving on. Let's put in some overdrive here. Less distortion. Now we do have a phaser on here. Let's go to the 50-watt selection. Now we have a little bit of tremolo there. Or sorry, this is T-wah. Okay, so okay, so we've got the octave. And blues drive. We're still on the 50 watt. Bass guitar line works kind of handy for that. Once again, I apologize for not looking at you guys on the camera. I am trying to run the amp for you guys, so that's why. So I apologize for that. So let's turn that off. Let's just have some reverb going. Fair amount of distortion with some reverb. Back to that half-watt range. So that's some ground sound with that. Some things can sound good, some things can sound a little mean, you know? Okay. Now, I haven't programmed this amp at all. All I've done was the update required to get the program to run so the amp software is up to date. But I can tell you that, you know, even on a Strat it's pretty good, and these are like probably just standard Alnico 1 pickups. The specs say they're Alnico. They don't say, you know, 2, 3, 4, whatever. But even for the Strat, it sounds pretty good, depending on the settings you're after and the kind of tone you're after, right? And you're getting the purest tone I can give you because I don't ever put my mics in front of my amps like you'll see in a lot of videos. My mic is approximately about 8 feet away. So you're getting more of the actual sound as best as what can happen. Now I do have an Apex 555 mic, so it's not a cheap mic, so it does have really good sound reproduction, so that's a really good bonus there. But I didn't want to spend a whole ton of time on each one of these videos to, you know, really go really far in depth, because you guys aren't going to sit here for 10 hours straight, are you? Didn't think so either. So anyways, I will be doing some music videos, of course, with this thing, playing actual music. When I do demos and stuff, I just bash around on some chords and, you know, maybe flick around a couple little licks and stuff, and just to give you a generalized idea of, you know, what it sounds like, type of thing. And I think that's, well, it's the way I do things anyways. But when you switch between half, 50, and 100 watt mode, there are huge differences. Even if you have your settings on your amp low, there are huge differences. And I do find that even with the half watt range, it does retain a huge amount of your tone over being at the 50 and the 100. Now the 50 and the 100, of course, you're going to increase the quality of your tone that much more. So you're not getting 100% the same tone in the half watt level, because that's just unrealistic. Okay, but certainly when you go into your 50 and your 100 watt range with the same levels for your master, volume, and gain, you are going to increase your tone because you're increasing output and you're putting more power to the speaker. Things are going to change in your tone, etc. You know, but hey, if it works for you to you know, if you have a situation where, in my case, my landlords live upstairs, which, you know, I can turn it up to a certain point and they don't mind. But not every landlord is like that. But if you have neighbors that aren't landlords and you're in an apartment building or whatever, and you want a nice amp that's great for gigging, and you also, you know, want to be able to have some volume output without getting them mad at you, the half watt range works really, really good for that, for at-home use, you know. Even going to the 50 watt or the 100 watt range, you can still control the power output of this thing really well. So let's kick this thing up to the 100. That's pretty loud. And that's my gain and my volume and my master all at 9. So let's turn the volume down. Let's just go on the ground channel. So this is just ground channel only. Now my gain's at 12. So you can do a lot with this amp that's just right crazy, you know. And so you could run the 100 watt range if you wanted to, or you can stick with your half watt, doesn't matter. But if you want an amp that can actually gig live, this thing's got more than enough headspace for that, more than enough wattage. I mean, this thing can get obscenely loud. I only turned it up, well, I actually turned it up a little bit on the loud side at the music store at Long McQuaid when I was there checking this thing out before I got it. And I gotta tell you, this thing is actually a really, really impressive amp. And it works, seems to work really well, depending on the genre of music that you're into. Now, I don't play my Strat very often. It's only for certain little things only, and that's it. Otherwise, I'm a Tele guy, and I'm an SG guy, or actually a humbucker guy, period, because I also have a Chord X2, which is humbuckers, and that sound is different as well than what the Epiphone is going to be, the SG. And of course, I play acoustic, right? And this amp is perfect even for the acoustic side of the fence. And I'm going to do a video too using an acoustic guitar on this amp for you guys, So stay tuned for that video as well. And until then, thanks for watching and being patient, and for checking out this video. And you know, feel free to check out the one on the Telecaster, the one on the SG, you know, etc. And also stay tuned for a future update review on this amplifier, as well as how to program it with the software and so on. And hey, thanks for watching. See ya.